Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So here we are early on in the season. You don't really typically expect to see a whole lot of activity at this point. You are looking at a lot of that dry Saharan dust working its way across the Atlantic, pushing into the Caribbean. You are seeing some of this pushing towards the U.S., and we will be dealing with some of this as we head towards the end of the week. But then you notice this one area here. Hurricane Center came out yesterday and tagged this first area that we're going to watch. You see a 10% chance. There's not a big chance of anything happening with this. And if anything does happen, it's really going to happen over the next few days. We're not really talking 7 days out on this. And what we're basically talking about right now is more of a non-tropical area, low pressure forming. But if it hangs out long enough over the water, there is always that potential that it starts to gain some of these tropical characteristics, maybe become something more of a subtropical system. It's still really low chance of it happening, but it's possible. That's why we're watching this one area. So you look at the European model, we're looking at that spin in the atmosphere, and you are seeing at least the hint of something trying to develop near the coastline. Big question starts to become, does this move right on shore? How much interaction does that have with the land? Or does it stay more offshore? More offshore helps the system to maybe develop a little bit more. But as time goes on, we continue to see that. But you also see much more of an elongation with this, which really tells us this is more of either staying a non-tropical low, or if it acquires something, it will more likely be something more subtropical. So you're really not seeing very clear indications that this becomes a purely tropical system. So you look at the Fox model, and as we go through this, you are seeing plenty of moisture, but really not a whole lot of organization, if at all, with this. So we'll just continue to watch to see how this plays out. And then here's one other look here where we're looking at the European, we're looking now at the AI model and the GFS. And here's that area in question, right near the coastline. And notice as we step through time, you are seeing this area low pressure, very broad, very weak. Question is it just an area low pressure, a non-tropical, or is it acquiring some of those characteristics? That's what we'll watch as we go through the next several days. But you also notice you're not really seeing this tighten up all that much, and even if it were, it's moving away from land. So really no big concerns with this. Really all we're talking about with this is more of an increase in the rain chances along the southeastern coast as we go through the next several days. Of course, we're going to watch it, and we'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.